Alright, so right where we left off on this bass reed block. I'll move this down here. Luckily the bass mechanism is fine. I had to go into the bass mechanism on the Wurlitzer and that was just a nightmare. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by pulling all the valves off. I might be able to use them in something else. So I save them. Unless they're extremely useless and curled like this one. Around here, you have to order everything online to be able to actually get any pieces for an accordion. I assume it's that way if everywhere else. Unless you're like in the middle of... Unless you're in Philadelphia where Liberty Bellows is. Or you're just somewhere that's awesome. But in Kent, Ohio, we don't have things like stores that sell valves for an accordion. There are these little tiny nails that hold the reeds in as well as the wax. Okay. Oh. It's annoying. Kidding me? She gone. That one just flew out into space. Well, I think it's funny, but it's not really funny. Actually, it's just painful. Okay. I'm also going to remove these valves first, just to not completely ruin them. Because these are pretty straight. All they need is a little bit of flattening, which I do by just placing them underneath of a weight. And they're pretty good condition, but they're not working. I think what might be is that the small reeds valves are leaning onto the big reeds valves, causing interference. Probably not, but it could happen, I assume. I gotta remember to check the camera, make sure I'm actually doing this in view. Right. I need a new container to put these reeds in, because the Wurlitzer's reeds are organized in this cabinet over here. I could probably just use my tack lifter to pry these reeds out. Careful. Alright. Okay, that's not gonna work nicely. I have an X-Acto knife. Why has this happened to me? Where the fuck? There we go. Assume it's tightened in there now. As you can tell, I'm really organized when I do this. Okay. Well, this isn't really gonna work. I never thought I'd have an issue with this. Thought this was just inherently not impossible. Because I've already busted up the wood a little bit, so let's not do that. Oh, the ones on the inside don't have helpers. Probably because it has a wall right next to it. Therefore, not necessary. I'm gonna mark the reed block first, actually. So this would be C, B. There's no harm in doing this. It just helps whoever might be in here next after me in like 70 years. I was in the middle of working on 1928 Wurlitzer, but it's just impossible, basically. So I'm probably just going to call off that and cut my losses. Take everything that can be salvaged. And then just have a case left over that I'll give to my art class. F sharp. F sharp, and then what would it be after that? G. My handwriting is not good. G sharp. Well, you know the pattern now. A, B flat. All right. Continue pulling all the reeds out. I'm gonna get my trash can over here. That way I can just break the wax into there. With my this is where the X-Acto knife would come in handy. Actually, I think something a little bit less sharp would be nice. Like my razor blade. Because it's not going to cut into the metal as easily. This might work really well. Oh, and it does. The tack lifter becoming very handy for this purpose. It actually is. I gotta always make sure I'm in the camera. Because sometimes I'm on so much of a roll that I forget that I'm supposed to be recording it. And yes, I get it doesn't matter. But at the same time, I need content. As I say, as it's not on camera. Well, this part's just a pain, so I might save cleaning the reeds for later. I'll just pry them all off the block for now. I could just do this. That was a little bit tough. What was that? Hopefully that wasn't important. Well, I think I'm funny, but I know I'm not really funny. I try, man. What do you want from me, man? It's smart to do this outside the accordion. And that way, we don't actually end up doing anything to the mechanism. I guess sometimes it's not an option, but it is most of the time. So, we've got all that. Now, let's clean off these reeds. Don't stab yourself. It's a pretty nice thing to do. Yep, this is a life. Forgot how annoying this was gonna be. I go into this thinking, oh, what a good time's gonna be. Then we're just sitting here like 20 minutes later doing this. That reed got messed up a little bit. There has to be a better way to do this. I mean, no, that's just... What an operation. Alright. One thing I don't have is an ultrasonic cleaner. So that might come in handy for cleaning off reeds and such. Recording. Irritating. It'll come off easier with warm water that I'm going to wash it in. That shouldn't do anything, I don't think, as long as I dry it properly. So for now, I'm just going to use my fingers. Then I'll get into completely washing and cleaning them later. Messed up valve on that one. But it's safe for the reed to do that way. I'm learning as I go, really. When I took the reeds out that way, it did leave some dents every once in a while in the reed frame, so I'm not going to do that anymore. But it's not an issue because I know how to repair that. I know how to repair a reed frame that gets in the way of a reed tongue. You just gotta file down the stuff that's in the way. And really, this accordion is not that important to me. I might try to sell it afterwards. But doesn't mean I'm trying to break it. Because that'd just be a waste, wouldn't it? I don't like to be considered a wasteful person. I'll work harder on getting the wax off those reeds when I wash them. Okay. I'll do that later as well. First, so time to stop and start the video again. Alright, so that was part 2. See you in part 3.